Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday to you. I am so glad that the sun is shining. When I first woke up, it was still raining. So I made the decision to stay in the bed a little bit longer. And that's why our message is coming to you in the afternoon and not in the morning. And how many of you know that every now and then it's good to just go with what your body needs, not try to push yourself, particularly during this time of social isolation when all of our schedules have been disruptive. Sometimes it's just good, probably more than not, to allow your body to dictate what's going to happen next. Not everything has to happen in the exact same way. The world is not going to stop turning if I don't exercise at 10, but rather do it at 11:30, or if I choose not to exercise at all. If I decide to get up and exercise and work on a puzzle, but then decide that, well, today I'm going to do something a little different, it's all okay. Because reality is we're doing the best we can as we have all been impacted by a highly unusual circumstance that most of us have never experienced before. So pat yourself on the back, don't beat yourself up. You're doing a good job. Yesterday, we had talked about writing 3 things that you like about yourself, which will equal positive affirmations, and to write them in an affirming way. I am whatever. And I thought about the 3 for myself. I am peaceful. I am kind. I am a good listener. I am a lover of good emotional health. I am a provider of good emotional health. I am loved. So that was more than 3, but I think what I would invite you to do is as you begin to think about things that are true about you or things that you want to be true, you can affirm them now. Maybe you're not the best listener, but by affirming, I am a good listener, not I'm going to be a good listener, but I am a good listener, means you're you're speaking things as if they were. You're speaking it into fruition. If you're not the most patient person in the world, and we all have our moments, speak it in an affirming way. I am patient. If sometimes your temper gets the best of you, and as we talked about earlier in videos, you go from 0 to 100 and really verbally do damage to whoever you're talking to. You may crush their spirits. You may just say whatever's on the top of your head, not realizing what harm it may do. An affirming thing to speak is, I am kind. It does not necessarily mean that you're always kind right now, but that's what you're aiming for in the future. And you're speaking it. You're not saying, I'm going to be, but you're affirming it right now. In this moment, I am kind. In this moment, I am thoughtful. Let's say that you are living with other people and you used all the milk before everyone else got up. Now they have nothing for their cereal. And you probably were not very thoughtful. You had not necessarily thought about others. And so as opposed to beating yourself up and saying, oh, I'm really unselfish, maybe you can affirm in saying, I am thoughtful. So the next time before you take the last or you take more than you should, that you'll be reminded, no, I'm not going to do that because I am thoughtful. I am considering other people. I'm considering their wants and their needs. Maybe when you're in conversation with someone and you may not be the best listener, because a lot of times when we're in conversation, it's, as opposed to listening to what the other person is saying, we're preparing what our next statement's going to be. So we're not really listening. And so maybe that's what your current pattern is, to not necessarily be fully focused and be fully present in the conversation. But an affirming statement is, I am a good listener. And so that when you find yourself in conversations, you can remember your affirmation, and as opposed to thinking of your next statement, you can be fully present listening to what's being said. I don't know, you have no idea how much that person you're speaking with will appreciate it. And ultimately, you will appreciate it also because you get to hear points of view other than your own. You get to hear other perspectives. You get to consider that never, excuse me, that not everyone thinks the same way that you do. Maybe I should take a sip of this very cold tea. Pardon me. And so today what our task is, we have an assignment for today. You did 3 positive affirmations for yourself. If you only had one, I would encourage you to try to write another one till you get to 3. There's no magic number with 3. I just like the number 3. And so, but your add-on homework is, I want you to ask someone who knows you, what are 3 positive attributes about you that they notice? Do they notice that you're a good listener? Do they notice that you're kind? Do they notice that you're thoughtful? Do they notice that you're pretty? Do they notice that you have a nice singing voice? Don't give them clues of what to write. Just ask them, what are 3 good qualities of mine? What 3 good things come to mind when you think about me? Not experiences that we had, but just 3 attributes of mine. Now, this may be a bit challenging for some of you, but I encourage you to take courage and ask someone. Ask someone who you know loves you. Ask someone who knows you. But in any event, I encourage you to try this exercise. I'm going to end now because I spent this morning on Instacart and I got a message that one of my deliveries is on the way and I don't want to be interrupted by the doorbell. So I will end today and simply say, have a wonderful day on purpose. Love you all, affirming you all, and celebrating each and every one of you. Next time.